Hi kids. In today's session you are going to learn about Islam and the rise of Islamic empires. Prophet Muhammad, he only established the Islam. Islam, it gave the message of brotherhood. Prophet Muhammad laid stress on the equality of all those who were Muslims. This message of equality and brotherhood had great appeal not only for the Arabs but also for people in other parts of the world. Prophet Muhammad faced the persecution in his place of birth. So he moved from that place to the city of Yathrib. Yathrib, nowadays it is known as the Medina. Okay, he moved from the Mecca to Medina. This moving of Mecca to Medina is known as the Isra in Arabic language. Okay, Muhammad, he died after 10 years after the Isra. By the time of his death, united under a common faith, the Arabs became very powerful force. Next, you should know about the Arabian people. Abu Bakr and Umar, they succeeded the Prophet Muhammad as Caliph. They laid the foundation for an Islamic empire. The Arabs defeated both the Eastern Roman Empire and the Sassanid king of Persia. Jerusalem, the holy city of Jews and Christians, was won by the Arab people, and the whole of Spain and Persia came under the new Arab empire. Islam, it advocated only the simplicity and equality. These two ideas impressed people fed up with the old order of oppression and exploitation. The Arabs easily overran many regions. Egyptians had suffered much under the Roman Empire, and so they opted for Arabs. Led by the General Tariq, the Arabs, after conquering Morocco and Africa, crossed into Europe and took Spain, which they ruled for many hundreds of years. The Arabs, until then largely nomads from the deserts, they became the rulers of a mighty empire. They were called Saracens. Saracens means the dwellers of the desert. During this time, the quarrel arose between the Arabian leaders. This made the division in Islam. The two sects it formed out of the division were the Sunnis and Shias. The Sunnis, Sunni Muslims, they maintained that the head of the Islamic State and successor to the prophet should be elected by representative of the whole body of believers. But the Shiites, the followers of Shia sect, opposed elevation to any highest political and religious office, other than those who related to the prophet by blood or by marriage. Rule of Umayyad dynasty. The caliphs belonging to a branch of Muhammad's family known as Umayyads. They ruled for about 100 years. Damascus was their capital. They developed a new style of architecture which is known as Saracenic architecture. The arches, the pillars, and the minarets and domes came to India later and blended with Indian ideas. The Muslims Arabs carried Islam far and wide, but while they were fighting at distant lands, the Arabs at home were quarreling. Ali, the son-in-law of Prophet Muhammad, and his son Hussein were murdered. Umayyads were overthrown by Abbasids. Abbasids were the followers of Abbas, who was the uncle of Prophet Muhammad. Rule of Abbasids. Abbasids' rule began in 750 AD, assuming the title of the Commander of the Faithful. Abbasid Caliph wielded authority as any other emperor. The Abbasids tried to rival the old empires in splendor. The capital was shifted from Damascus to Baghdad in Iraq. Baghdad, it is the city of Arabian Nights, was a vast city of palaces and public offices and schools and colleges, and also it was had the great shops and parks and gardens. Abbasid caliphs did not attempt to conquer any new lands. Instead of, they tried to consolidate the empire. They were more interested in scholarly pursuits. The Arabs had a scientific spirit of inquiry. In some subjects like medicine and mathematics, they learnt much more from India. Indian scholars and mathematicians came in large numbers of Baghdad. Sanskrit books on medicine and other subjects were translated into Arabic languages. In medicine and surgery, Arab physicians and surgeons earned a great reputation. Next, disintegration of Arab Empire and rise of Seljuk Turks. The Abbasid Empire was at the height of its glory during the reign of Harun al-Rashid. Soon after his death, the Arab Empire started disintegrating. Independent kingdoms arose everywhere. The Caliph became more and more powerless to control those kingdoms. The Turks, who had become Muslims, succeeded in taking possession of Baghdad. They also defeated the Byzantine army of Constantinople and posed a challenge to the European states. The Christian pilgrims to the holy city of Jerusalem were put to a lot of hardships by the Turks. The resultant conflict led to the Crusaders. Crusaders and fall of Seljuk Turks. The struggle between the Christianity and Islam, beginning in 1095, continued for nearly 200 years, and it is called as the Crusaders. The Pope and the Church called upon all the Christian peoples of Europe to march to the rescue of the holy city Jerusalem. Crusaders did not achieve the desired end. Jerusalem continued to remain in Ottoman hands for another 700 years. This continuous fighting associated with Crusaders weakened the Seljuk Turks. Impact of Crusaders. Crusaders ended the feudal relations. Many of the nobles who went to east to take part in the Crusaders either stayed too long a period or did not return. Increase in demand for products of the east led to expansion of trade. Venice, Genoa, and Pisa emerged as important commercial centers in the Mediterranean region. Mongols and Genghis Khan. Mongols people were nomads. They were headsmen. The Mongols were experts in warfare and produced a remarkable chief, Genghis Khan. He was a great military genius. Mongols hold over Russia for about 300 years, made Russia technologically backward from the rest of Europe until the end of Middle Ages. Thank you, kids.